I know it's the I know it's the day after Halloween, but I'll give you a Halloween story that really happened to me. Not really. It doesn't really pertain to Halloween, but it's in that category. This happened to me. This happened to me about 30, 35, 35 years. Say 34. I'm trying to remember. I know it wasn't 1990 yet. It was back in the late 80s. So it's about 33, 34 years ago. My uncle, he bought 110 acres of land property down in McCreary County, Kentucky. That's spelled MC capital C Reary. It's named after a Confederate soldier. Anyway, he buys 110 acres and is right on, like I said, the Kentucky-Tennessee state line. Next county is Scott County, Tennessee. But anyway, this is in Kentucky, and he works Chevrolet up here in Cincinnati. Anyway, he has the idea he wants to build a real expensive home there. He's a big spender anyway. So he orders all this expensive, I think it's called red cedar wood. He orders all this expensive red cedar wood, and it is beautiful. He says, I need somebody. Now he says, now the good thing about this job he offered me, you could be working another job. That's fine. He only wanted somebody at night. So you could have worked at Ford Motor Company. You could have worked anywhere. You could have had a regular job and still been a night watchman for him. You know, real nice hours. He didn't want someone during the day because that's when they was building the house. He had somebody to build it for him because he was busy working at Chevrolet. But during the day, they would be building onto the house. And he told me, he said, now once the frame is up and we can lock it up, we won't need you no more. I won't need you no more. But he asked me, he said, would you want us, there's a mobile home on that property. He says, I need somebody to stay there at night. He didn't say what time at night, just spend the night. He said, I need somebody to spend the night and keep an eye on the wood over there until the house is, keep an eye on the material. Because the truck is going to deliver it back here. Now, his driveway was like a half a mile long. Now, his driveway junctioned with a gravel road. And it's in the middle of nowhere. At least 3 miles. More than that. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's only one house at the other end of the gravel road. At the other end. But his driveway junctioned with that road. His driveway was gravel. Now, I guess the property used to be government, I don't know, but he bought it off another guy. And that guy kept the old government gate up. It still had the government gate. And my uncle liked that gate, so he kept it. Anyway, a long driveway, long straight driveway, until you got to the mobile home, then it curved left, then it curved right, back to where he's having the house built. But he asked me, he says, would you want to do it? He said, I'll give you, I hesitated for a second. He said, because I know where it's at. I've been over there myself. He said, I hesitated. He said, I'll give you $150 a week. Maybe $175. No labor at all. You don't have to do no labor. Just get over there and spend a night. It was like 2 or 3 months I did this. Anyway, get over and spend a night. He said, I'll give you a choice of a shotgun or a rifle. Because he said, I want you to do something for me. I said, what's that? He said, He said, if you catch anybody on this property, and here's what he told me, I want you to tell them in these exact words. He said, I'm paying you to tell them in these exact words. Tell them to get the hell off the property. And he actually told me this. I don't want you to use on any other words. No. He says, have your rifle loaded. When they approach you, have your rifle loaded. Have your rifle loaded. I want you to tell them, get the hell off the property. This is private. He told me, he said, if you don't tell them that, he said, I won't pay you. He said, oh, you know, how would he know, right? So, okay, I will. And I tell you what, now I would go over mom and dad's, and it was like an 8-9 mile ride from a mom and dad's. I took the bike. I didn't want to take the car. Because the car, you know, I didn't want somebody to see me going in there. I didn't want to take a car. A car draws too much attention. So I took the bike. Even though I still had a flashlight, it's a lot dimmer than cars' headlights. I didn't want to draw attention to myself. It's creepy over there. Anyway, every night for, I don't know, two months, every night I had to walk this creepy gravel road. And to beat it all, there was an abandoned house on that road. Now, once I got off the main drag, you got onto the gravel road. Now the rock, I didn't have a mountain bike. I had a road bike, a bicycle. And the gravel was too big for those wheels, so I had to walk it. His driveway had finer gravel, so I could ride the bike there. But I didn't. I just walked it. You know, I didn't want to fall off the bike and get hurt. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Had no phone. He did have a phone at the mobile home. I'll call it a trailer. It's what it was, 12 by 60. He had a phone. I had electric. I had a refrigerator. Plenty of food. He took after about 3 or 4 days, he took the phone out. I never understood that. I guess, you know, so I had no way to call for an emergency. If I got in trouble, I got in trouble. I don't know why he took the phone out, but he took the phone out. Because I could get over there and call my mom, and, you know, I made it. But, you know, I don't know, I never understood that, why he took the phone out. But anyway, he did. But it kept electric. I had electric. I had the rifle in one of those closets in that mobile home. And when I'd get to the mobile home, I'd feel for the rifle. I was too scared to turn the flashlight on and see someone standing there. But I tell you what, getting to that property was the longest walk, gravel road, woods. I'm in the mountains of Kentucky, middle of nowhere, by myself, being paid $150 a week. Of course, I was 25 years old, a little bit dumber then. It was every night. Did I get used to it? The question you're asking, did I get used to it? Not really. It's just creepy. It's just a creepy, you know, no houses around. Nobody's got a porch light on. I've got a flashlight walking this creepy gravel road. Looking behind me, thinking I hear something. I mean, you know, money talks. 150. One time, several times he gave me 175. You know, for doing nothing, no labor at all, just getting there and keeping an eye, sleeping. I always slept with a rifle. It's just creepy. I get over there on average 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. On average, 10. He didn't state a time. Just be there at night, and I was. You know, maybe a couple hours after dark, but I made it. And God, it's just creepy. I had a radio, but I kept the radio low. I did hear something one night opened the back door, loaded the rifle, and shot about 4 or 5 times up in the air. Yeah, it sounded like somebody's trying to break in on me to the back door. It was all locked, but when you're in the middle of nowhere. So I opened the door, bravely opened the door. You could tell it must have been a deer or something with his antlers against the outside, because it sounded like somebody's trying to come in on me. So I opened the door and quickly stuck the rifle out and shot 3 or 4 times. Pow, pow, pow. You know, loud rifle. Pow, pow, pow. You know, let him know I was armed. He gave me about 3 or 4 boxes of shells. You know, I could fight a small battle, fight a small war. But anyway, every Friday, he'd come down and hand me my money. 150, sometimes 170, whatever he felt like. You know, I didn't do no labor, so I didn't argue about the amount. But I did know it was minimum 150. But if he gave me 175, 150, I didn't. That's fine. I mean, no labor. You know, I just slept there and kept an eye on the place. So I never complained. No, not me. It was money. That was a creepy walk. Oh yeah, back in the late 80s. I don't know, 88, 89, 33, 34 years ago. Sorry for this traffic noise. You know, would I do it now? Would I do it now? That's been 33, 34 years ago. But would I do it now? I don't know. Money talks. I don't know, it's a different time now. You know, the world's got more dangerous now. I don't know. Would I do the same job now? Well, it really wasn't a job, but just, you know, keep an eye on the place. Would I do it now? Whew. That was a creepy walk, folks. I mean, it's creepy just staying there overnight. At least I had the rifle on me when I got there. Slept with the rifle loaded. Kept the safety on. But would I do it now? I don't know. But getting there without a gun, walking without defense, no way to defend yourself. But of course that was back when the world was a little safer back then. But that was a creepy walk. God almighty, you get the goosebumps just every night. Walking through the mountains, gravel road, being paid to walk there, get there, spend the night. I mean, I've got goosebumps now. I think I did that like 2 months. Ugh.